know how words were pronounced in Shakespeare's day? It's a fascinating question. The accent we're most accustomed to hearing Shakespeare performed in is called received pronunciation, or RP. It's that very posh British accent you associate with the BBC, the royal family, think Dame Judi Dench, Sir Ian McKellen, Sir Patrick Stewart, etc. But it actually sounds very little like Shakespeare's original pronunciation, also known as OP. Linguists have been able to reconstruct Shakespeare's original pronunciation using 3 methods. First, the rhymes. Shakespeare wrote 154 sonnets, each one ending in a rhyming couplet. Of those 154 rhyming couplets, about 2/3 of them no longer rhyme, but they used to. So for example, Sonnet 116, if this be error and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved. Proved and loved don't rhyme. So when linguists look at the rhymes, they're able to figure out how they used to be pronounced. Number 2, the spelling. There was no standardized spelling in Shakespeare's day. People just spelled words how they sounded. So linguists can look at the spelling of these words for clues as to how they were pronounced. And number 3, there were linguists working even in Shakespeare's day, and they kept records that we still have today. By using these 3 methods, linguists claim they can reconstruct Shakespeare's original pronunciation with about 90% accuracy. Now, I am not the expert on this, but Ben and David Crystal are. David is a linguist and his son Ben is an actor, and together they are pioneers of Shakespeare's original pronunciation. Read anything they have ever written, Google them, they're incredible, I'm obsessed with their work. David even wrote a dictionary containing the original pronunciation of every word used in Shakespeare's plays. It's fabulous, and if you want a copy for yourself, you can grab it at the Amazon storefront link in my bio. There are so many things to be gained from studying OP, but one of the coolest things about it is that it proves that there's room for every accent in Shakespeare. There's this long-standing, harmful belief that if you want to act Shakespeare professionally, you have to have a British accent, and it's just not true. Because OP is essentially the great-great-great-great-grandfather of many modern accents, everyone seems to hear something different in it depending on where they're from. Some people say it sounds Irish, Appalachian, West Country, etc., but what do you think? Give it a listen and let me know in the comments.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lace hath all too short a date. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed. And every fair from fair sometime declines, perchance, where nature's changing course untrimmed. Thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growest. So long as men can breathe, or eyes can say, so long lives this, and this gives life to they.